We got a masterpiece by Pussy Rights. I Can't Breathe. The startling last words of Eric Garner. So, some quick Kentucky news. Kentucky residents have dealt with heavy snow, treacherous travel conditions, and dangerously cold temperatures. Now the brutal winter weather has created yet another problem: water shortages. For those people in Kentucky who actually have water, supposedly as many as 40,000 households in 18 counties don't have water. They say it's a perfect storm. We don't deal with 25 below zero weather. Most of the time 10, 12, we haven't had any problems, but 25 below, that brings up the worst than any problem you had, Billy Williams, with Urban Municipal Utilities said. Officials said broken pipes along an area, residents letting their faucets drip to keep pipes from freezing, put a strain on the water supply, depleting water tanks, and city pumps stopped working during the power outage. On Saturday, as snow melted and rain fell over the weekend, the Kentucky River began to rise. It stirred up mud in the water tanks. At last count, about 2,500 Steele County residents were without water, and many more were dealing with low water pressure. The county remains under a boil water advisory. Parts of Powell, Wolf, Owsley, and Rockcastle counties are also under boil water advisories. Officials say residents in the city of Harlan and Pike County have also experienced severe shortages. Water main breaks caused widespread outages in Clay County over the weekend. Kentucky State Emergency Management has teamed up with Kentucky National Guard to distribute water in the hard-hit areas. So, yeah, the governor's got to get on that. That's a good job for the National Guard to go help people, get them some water. And if we had Gatewoods Lake, we would already have some water. There's many multi-million-dollar ideas that would get Kentucky generating some good cash. You know, if they just owned some gas stations, just buy some gas stations, like 10 of them, and then the profits goes to the general fund, and then it keeps the other gas stations from price gouging. It's not socialism because you didn't buy all of them; you only bought 10, so you're just a player in the market. It's supposed to be a free market, so you get a dog in the fight. Some weird politics coming out of Patino land. Something about this gentleman, Chris Jones, was accused of threatening to smack a female student, but the female student trashed his room. So I guess they were seeing each other or something. I don't know. She was in the room for a long time. At about 3 in the morning, she trashed his room. And so he said he texted something about smacking her. I don't know. She trashed his room. So, I mean, that's like... that's a crime, right? You're allowed to go in other people's rooms and just trash it. So Chris Jones got kicked off the team probably because of that. And the people before have been kicked off the team for trivial reasons. You know, big surprise that multi-million-dollar corporation is corrupt and they don't help enough Kentuckians. Matt Bevin, he put out his plan. So I think the Young Masters ticket needs to put out a platform. He's got a plan here, so he's got it out. He's got the plan, came out. Matt Bevin made some headlines actually recently, and he was actually getting excited because he ruffled the feathers of some Democrat governors. He's going to get rid of Medicaid. Young Masters would protect Medicaid. In fact, work on a single-payer Kentucky Care. Just like the gas stations, you actually get to be a player in the market. All right, Humana, they could buy Humana. You could buy Humana out. But if they don't buy Humana, they could start their own healthcare exchange. People could buy into it if they want to buy into it or not. And I think it'd be best if the state kept it. Bevin is saying that they should sell it back to the federal government. Well, where's their state sovereignty argument there? There. He's saying that the Fed should have control over the healthcare exchange. I don't think so. Keep it just like it is. It's working. It's doing a good job. Over 500,000 Kentuckians now have health insurance. You're not going to take that away. It'd be criminal if you took it away and people died of preventable causes. And so that would be blood on Matt Bevin's hands. This is, again, Matt Bevin being reckless and dangerous when it comes to the economy. He was in favor of shutting the government down so the debt ceiling wasn't increased. Well, that put us into a lower credit rating with Standard & Poor's. And if our economy crashes, our dollar is going to go on the bottom of the pile. So we don't need to be messing with the economy right now. It's fragile enough as it is. Matt Bevin's going to gut 25% of Kentucky's budget. He's done with Medicaid. Get rid of Medicaid. Get rid of all of it. So that's one of the biggest expenses. That's like a sacred cash cow in Frankfurt. And if that's under attack, just watch out for K through 12 and college spending. He's for school choice too. So I would protect K through 12 spending. I would protect college and Medicaid money. It would stay at the current levels. But they want to gut it out root and branch, right? So Matt Bevin is following in Mitch McConnell's footsteps. He's saying the Medicaid expansion is simply unaffordable for the taxpayers of Kentucky. We need a governor that has the leadership ability to solve the problems we face as Kentuckians and to bring jobs and economic opportunity to our Commonwealth. Yesterday, I offered a detailed blueprint for better Kentucky, and I challenged the other candidates in the race on both sides of the aisle to do the same. It is clear that my solutions have ruffled the feathers of the Democrat governors. I'm happy to lead the fight for a more fiscally responsible plan in the general election, and if elected governor, I'll begin enacting these much-needed reforms on day one. So, he's coming after, right here, look. Talking about how people don't give a shit about anybody. A homeless man freezes to death. Kenneth Winfield. After death of homeless man, Louisville advocates ramp up call for funding affordable housing. Of course there should be affordable housing in Louisville. What are we doing? We're letting homeless people, this guy looks like if he had a home and, he could get a decent job. If you treated him right. But Kenneth Winfield was just found unresponsive on the steps of the St. John's Center for Homeless Men. He later died at University Hospital. So he was at a homeless shelter, and he still died. So, if he had health insurance, there's just, health is life. And if they're letting us die in the cold, and then they're going to get rid of our health insurance, they're going to privatize every damn thing. They want to privatize Social Security and schools and Medicaid. It's all going to be privatized. The pension plan is talking about 401ks. So they're going to go with the Milton Friedman. They're going to butcher the hell out of the budget. Jeff Young is speaking some prophetic words. He's absolutely right. Going in with the chainsaw and just taking care of business. They're talking about Tennessee, something about our labor unions are stronger here in Kentucky. Supposedly we're labor neutral since Ford and General Motors plants are represented by the UAW and non-union plants like Toyota. Toyota doesn't have a union, which is amazing. How are they able to get away with that? I hear they have a decent wage. It's a good job too, so I don't know. There's a balance, right? You got to strike a balance. Governor Beshear is going to Canada, going to find some corporations, to export some stuff to. Hey, Canada, what y'all want? What does Kentucky have that y'all want? And you probably won't listen to him. Dismantling Connect. Bevin wants to, dismantle Connect, the health care exchange established by Governor Beshear under Obamacare. Bevin says he would transition the hundreds of thousands who signed up for Medicaid through Connect to the federal health care exchange by 2017. And that's when the federal subsidies are reduced and Kentucky begins to pay its portion of the Medicaid bill. We can't afford it. Conservatively, it costs us a minimum of $150 million a year, said Bevin. Bevin disputes Governor Beshear's contention that Medicaid expansion has to grow the economy and pay more than pay the cost. It's absolute nonsense. Bevin is the fourth Republican in the race. James Comer, Al Heiner, Will T. Scott have been campaigning for months. And Heiner already has TV ads. Bevin's challenges to break out of pack when all his rivals all hold similar views. Okay, so Matt Bevin is saying to hell with Connect, to hell with the healthcare industry, and he's going to say give it to the feds. The feds have to have, get control of Medicaid, which I don't understand. I don't know if he really understands how it works, because we have a partnership right now. We got a partnership right now. That's how the healthcare exchange worked. We signed up for the Obamacare, and we got Medicaid expansion. So this is a cool map. There's only 5 countries in the entire world that have escaped European domination. Medicaid was an incredible success in Kentucky. In 2013, we had 20.4% who had no insurance. Now we have 9.8%. We cut those from the uninsured to the insured in half. Over 500,000. It's an incredible success in only the 2 years that it's been implemented. In fact, we were nationally known for being, implementing it the quickest. Bevin would eliminate, Kentucky's, that's he's going to cut Medicaid. He's coming after health care. So, I think it's all up for, it's all austerity. He wants to cut the budget as much as he can, and then wants to sort of try to do his own little unique programs. But this is just Milton Friedman. Increase exports, make everybody cheap labor, and sell all the assets, sell the Daniel Boone National Forest and all the parks and anything else that the government may own. Just sell it all off, the schools, the roads, all of it. Just sell it all off. Whatever you could sell, just go ahead and sell it, and then give it all to the private market, and just let the private market all, foam at the mouth and make competitive bids in order to win their contracts. So, Kentucky retirement system investments remain flat, so that's not good news. The idea is that the investments is supposed to increase, the money, and then they get more money, and then with more money they get to put it into the teachers' retirement fund. But Wall Street is sucking ass, and since Wall Street is sucking ass, the returns on the investments that was used. So right now they're going to try to invest some more money. They're going to borrow more money and invest even more, even though the returns are dismal. So I think it's going to be the idea that gets passed, but I don't know if it's actually going to work or not. I think you need some stimulus bills. Stimulate the economy with some jobs bills and some land reform. Don't forget to nationalize the coal. You can't roll back the Medicaid expense because it's already there, Will T. Scott is saying. So all the Republicans are actually against Bevin on this too. He hasn't ruffled just Democrat feathers, but Republican feathers too. You have they would eliminate the state-run marketplace where people could purchase subsidized health insurance, but have not said that they would undo the state's Medicaid expansion. So, the Medicaid's expansion, so they're basically parsing their language. Will T. Scott says you basically have to keep it, and it says that James Comer says that eliminating the expansion would be difficult because it's been in place for 2 years by the time the next governor takes office. So he's basically saying it's been here for 2 years, so it's inevitably just always going to be here. And let's see what else he's saying. It's nonsense, Bevin said. In fact, putting 1 out of 4 people in the state of Kentucky on Medicaid created 12,000 jobs and $30 billion in economic prosperity. Why wouldn't we put every single person in the state of Kentucky on Medicaid? We'd create 48,000 jobs by that logic and $120 billion worth of economic advantage. Is he being serious? Because, that might be a good idea. I think he's being sarcastic, but that's a good idea. Yeah, jobs. We need some more jobs in the healthcare industry. Buy out Humana and Blue Cross and Blue Shield. So, jobs and money and the revenue, right? So, Medicaid. Keep Medicaid. Protect the Medicaid. Protect the healthcare. Here we have some African country right here on the western tip of Africa that has not been dominated. The Koreas, North and South Korea, Japan. These are countries that have resisted oppression from the economic powers. And then these two countries, these mysterious two countries over here by Oceania and, Indonesia. So, that's just a cool little fact. Uninsured rate cut in half. Second biggest drop in the United States. So again, our Medicaid program kicked ass. It was, the whole world was saying, wow, look what Kentucky's doing. They're getting on it. So National Guard was deployed in Harlan County. Several inches of snow earlier in the week. Another round of heavy snowfall on Saturday led to at least 25 reported roof collapses throughout the county. Wow, I never even thought about that. All that snow on top of it, the roof are collapsing. Many of the roof collapses happened at popular businesses, include $2 general stores and discount carpets. Dozens of carports also began buckling from the weight of all the snow, causing officials to encourage folks with vehicles parked under carports to move them to another location. Both state and county crews worked all day Sunday. Red Cross, Emergency Management, Harlan County, give that phone number a call. Okay, so more than 45,000 here. Harold Needle's saying there's more. Before it said 40,000, now they're saying more than 45,000. So lots of problems. Floyd County, Knox County, Breathitt, Harlan, Perry, Pike County, 45,125. That seems to be more of a specific number than 40,000. It's 45,125. And they said they're working as fast as possible. They got so many leaks out here, they don't know where they're at. There's so many, they just can't keep up. So they're overwhelmed. With the way Matt Bevin is cutting austerity funds, these management emergency programs, it's going to be like Haiti. We're going to have an earthquake here. We're going to have ice storms. We've had tornado and ice storms, and we had to have FEMA and the emergency funds from Obama that had happened here. So, this is should be bringing up a lot of memories of all that had happened. People don't even have actual running water. So few people that even have running water are the ones that are having the issues. There's still people that don't even have running water, right? So you want to talk about Haiti-level standards, that's Haiti-level standards. And if the idea is to cut Medicaid, to cut the executive budget, to cut emergency funds, then Bevin is going to cut all these emergency funds. And when there is a big problem like this, you're going to see lots of people dying. You're going to see more people who are stuck in situations, and you won't have. Right now they're being stretched, right? They're saying that they're overwhelmed. The EMS and firefighters and the emergency personnel that we actually have around here, they're having a struggle. So, and if Bevin's going to cut those services, imagine how, if they're already buckling under the pressure now, imagine with less personnel and less money. So, I admire Bevin's spirit. His policies are reckless. His policies with the debt ceiling is reckless. His policies with Medicaid is reckless. And he needs to get it together. Because, if he's just trying to say something to get the headlines, he got the headlines. And that's a conservative position. So he might try to out-conservative everybody else. And by pointing out, hey, I'm even against the Obamacare that Kentuckians like, Connect. I'm so against Obamacare, I'm even against, the Kentucky Exchange Program, which is 600,000. 600,000 new enrollees, and they said 400,000 would be kicked off if it was booted out. Here, very last thing, Kentucky is still debating about transgender restrooms. So they passed a bill saying that there needs to be a restroom specifically for transgender students. That's how they resolved that. And essentially the pro-LGBT groups, such as the Fairness Campaign, Chris Hartman, says that they are legalizing discrimination. That's what this is all about. There are huge issues, poverty, mental health, education. There's so much, pollution, so many issues that Kentucky is faced with right now, and you're worried about where transgendered students are going to the restroom. I feel like you guys are having, more issues about it's a guy who thinks he's a woman or a woman who thinks he's a guy. And if a separate private bathroom is what gives, I don't hate the idea of the bill, but I do hate the idea that they feel the need to legislate. This is the problems that Kentuckians are faced with. We need to, pay attention to where these transgendered students are going to the restrooms. That's the problems. If you let them go to the bathroom in male or female restrooms, you may just open the floodgates of hell, and Pandora's box of evil just will come out. Really? You sure you're not overstating that? You sure? That's a little bit about what's going on with Kentucky today. Matt Bevin's coming out strong against Medicaid. All the other Republicans are kind of defending it. But there's still 2 more months to get them to want to pull up Kentucky's Medicaid root and branch. And that's how they're going to save money, right? Cut taxes, cut out waste and inefficiencies. Just take out a chainsaw to all the social services that Kentuckians need. No more LIHEAP, no more food stamps, no more housing, no more Social Security. That's what Kentuckians voted for, right, with Mitch McConnell. Eventually, Colonel Sanders, he's going to want to fry you up. Sell you some fried chicken. Make some money. You can't vote for Colonel Sanders 50 times in a row and not expect him to be Colonel Sanders. He's the most popular Kentucky face in the world. Oh, Colonel. Things are looking good. KFC. They don't even use the Kentucky name no more. They just say the K just means coup. they don't use we should buy KFC. Buy them out. And we should also buy out the coal companies. We should really buy out everybody. Just buy the whole state, and then once the whole state is bought, then give equal opportunity to everybody, and then just, land reform. Just see how it all shakes out. It'd be a wild rocking time. We'll be rich, lucrative. We'll be so rich, money be coming out our ears. It'll be so green. It'll be greenery everywhere. Environment, love, peace, hippie, promised land at the Capitol. Occupy. 2/25, 2015, 1:58 a.m. Peace, Kentucky.